everyone! We are back with our channel, which is Movie Baker Journey, where we are trying to hit exactly 1 million euros in revenue in exactly 365 days with our app. Today we are again together with Salvo. Say Salvo. Say Salvo, say Salve. Yeah, exactly. It's Salve in Italian. And today we will be talking about 4 topics. First of all, about our model rental. So what we did in previous days about it. Then how we reorganized, rebuilt our sending tool, right?
Yeah.
And the third topic will be about the WeTransfer new policy, and I believe it's some kind of a viral in the movie industry right now because everyone is talking about it. And the last part of the video will be about our social media numbers and about the numbers on our application. So let's go into that. So, Salvo, tell us, to our viewers, to me, to everyone which is interested, what is rental model in our app?
The rental model is a model designed for production houses who are renting their own equipment or for rental houses. Right now, most production houses and the rental houses are renting their equipment and they are keeping track to the rental using Excel or Word or other tools which are not really designed for managing the rentals. We created this tool to make the process as easy as possible and also to make it quicker, because with the rental model you can create a database of your equipment and it's a smart database, which means that you just need to put the model and the brand of your equipment and automatically all the other information are going to appear on the screen, so weight, sizes, technical informations, etc. So it's much faster to create a database. Then it's possible to create the quotes. So when you are talking with the client, it's easy to check which equipment is available and when. The system is warning you if the equipment is already busy in the date that you selected. And then you can create the quote, but also the contract and the transportation document. Or, for example, the equipment catalog. So if you have a big catalog of equipment, you can generate the equipment with the photos and all the information to send it to the client or to publish in your website. We created it in collaboration with our beta testers, because we designed the very base version, but thanks to the feedback of our beta tester, we developed all the parts that are useful for especially rental houses. So companies who manage big equipment catalogs and they are managing 5-6 equipment rentals per week. So it's designed for this kind of workload. It works also for smaller projects, of course. What we added additionally to because it's not only for rentals, you can create a full quote. Like you can make a quote for the whole project, put in the cost of equipment, but also the cost of the crew, for example, because you can create your crew database with the cost per day, the names, and also the contact informations, but also additional cost which we didn't hard-coded in the system. You can add your own. Because
I made some notes, because as you know, in our company, when someone wants to rent a stuff from us, and we are not doing it as a main activity, let's say, but anyway, we are doing it, and mostly I'm renting the stuff physically, So I made some notes about what are my pain points. So first of all is a calendar.
Yes.
Yeah, because the point is that it's extremely hard to put everything to the Google Calendar.
Yes.
I was trying, but it's almost impossible, especially when a lot of people are coming here and taking the stuff and so on. Then you have a total mess, and anyway you don't know. So this is for me first pain. The second is about the tracking of the gear. Because at the end I'm giving it to someone, I'm taking the informations, but at the end, sometimes when something is missing, I don't remember who was the last person who took it. And the third one is a quote, yeah, which I am sending, because what I was doing is that I was taking our website, I was checking the prices,
Yes.
I was putting it to the email or Excel, and then I was trying to prepare the quote like that, yeah. So it was a mess, because not every single time, even everything what we have are going to the website, because
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes we don't update the website.
Exactly, because we are buying the stuff constantly, and then everything is like in the waiting list, let's say. So I don't know what I have and how to construct the quote, yeah. So those are 3 points which I wanted to, eliminate from my job.
Well, we managed to eliminate them, as you know, because we use the app in the first place. So we have a calendar which is telling the client when the equipment is busy. So it's a very easy calendar. It's the normal calendar, which is green when the equipment is available, yellow when the equipment may not be available, and red when it's already rented. Then tracking of the gear. Each equipment has a history of rental. So clicking on one equipment, you can see all the previous rentals. So you can check when it was rented, from who, and also the notes related to the rental. So if, for example, the equipment had a damage during one rental, you know when it happened. So eventually, even if someone else is taking care of a specific rental and is not really communicating with the others, there is an interface which is helping to manage the rentals. Then the cost breakdown for the quote. This is something that came from the feedback also from our testers. Basically, when you create a quote with different type of equipment, like video, photo, or grip and light, facilities, etc., you have a cost breakdown. So the equipment is separated by category in the quote. So it's clear to know which department is what. Also, it's possible to generate splitted quotes and splitted transportation documents. So you can generate a transportation document for each department in case the equipment are traveling separate, and also a quote for each department in case you have necessity to show the breakdown, a very detailed breakdown of the costs.
I would like to come back for a second to the main view, let's say, of the rental model.
Yeah.
Because for me, when I'm mostly a producer, even if I'm renting the stuff and so on, I don't want it to use the tools which they are very complicated. Yeah. Because imagine that you are not an editor, and then the first time when you are going into the DaVinci, for example, a lot of buttons, a lot of everything, it's confusing. Of course, anyway, it's a user-friendly program, but anyway, a lot of things you can make inside, yeah? And for me, what is important, because I am, let's say, alike from the developing point of view and from the UX, UI design, what I can say about our rental model, it's very clean.
Yes.
And it's not like, NASA, that you have a lot of things. You can make a lot of things, but it looks very familiar to the user.
Yes, that's the direction that Edita, our graphic designer, is giving to the whole project, to have the possibility to do a lot of things, but the UI is very simple and clean. Like, we don't have many sub-menus, but everything is optimized to be on one page. So you don't have to navigate in a menu inside the menu to do something. Everything is already in the main view, but it's clean. It's done in a very smart way to facilitate the operation to be as fast as possible and not look chaotic.
Okay, and are we planning to add something? Because right now we are on the point when we are still trying to collect some more testers, because we have many of them on our waiting list, but still we need a little bit more just to improve everything to the end.
Yeah.
But are we planning to add something, even from a knowledge what we have now from our testers?
Yes, we have, for example, the suggestion to add the possibility to create 3 prices for each product: one daily price, a price for 3 days, and a price for 1 week. Because some production house, when you are renting the equipment for more than 3 days, they are applying a discount, an automatic discount. And when you are renting the equipment for 2-3 weeks, they are applying another discount, so they are using a weekly price. So we want to give this possibility. Then we are working on the possibility to add partners, which means to create a subcategory of product called partner. So in this way you can put the product from your partners. In case you are sub-renting the equipment from someone else, you can still put it in the quote, and the quote of course will show us normal equipment, but you are going to have a dashboard where you can keep track of how much you owe to your partner for the sub-renting of the equipment.
Okay, one more thing about our rental model, because we were talking about it even on a last video, that we would like to release it before September. Yeah. Okay. Tell us about the prices.
Yes.
Because right now we don't have it on a website. In a few days it's supposed to be.
We're going to publish.
But what will be the prices only about the rental model? Yeah.
It's going to be a subscription model because it's the most flexible for our clients. In this way, if you don't need the rental model for 1 month, you just don't pay the subscription, so you save some money. It's going to be in 3 tiers, a free tier, which is going to be limited, of course, with 10 products in the database and the possibility to create 5 rentals per month. This is for really, really small production houses or indie video makers who are not renting equipment as a primary job, so they cannot afford to pay for a tool, but still they can use the tool to create a quote for their jobs or create a small catalog.
No, but even in Kraków I know a lot of people from the industry which they are exactly under this line.
Yeah.
So they are renting 5 times seriously per month just to have something in the pocket.
Exactly. Yeah? So this will be free, completely free.
Cool.
There are going to be some limitations, for example, the watermark on the PDF documents, so the quote or the catalog, but I think it's a price that people are willing to pay.
I believe it's fair enough for zero.
Exactly, for zero. Second tier is going to be the Pro tier, which is going to be 15 euros per month. This is for bigger production houses and for rental houses with catalog up to 100 and catalog with up to 100 objects. So you can have a catalog with 100 pieces of equipment, and you can create an infinite amount of rentals during the month. Plus, you have no watermark anywhere, and you have access to almost all the features. Then there are going to be the Enterprise. We have to decide about the names, but right now let's call it Enterprise, which is going to be the highest tier. So it's going to be 30 euros per month. You're going to have everything you have in the Pro version, of course, plus an unlimited catalog, so you can put 700, 1000 products, like one of our beta testers. Plus, you have access to some features which are, for example, the possibility to change the layout of the catalog, or change the layout of the quote document. Plus, an AI assistant that we are developing. The idea is to copy and paste an email, and the AI is going to check the availability of the equipment and generate the quote automatically. So you don't have to manually select the equipment. You can do everything faster.
You just need to check, let's say, if it's correct, but
also if it's a complex email, thanks to the newer data models, it's possible to understand, it's possible for AI to understand what the client needs. We are making some testing internally right now. Of course, we have like a super alpha version of this, but we tested with real rentals in 3 different languages, Polish, Italian, and English. And AI managed to create the rental 80% of the time. It's not precise because sometimes, for example, there is the possibility that in one language, one object is called differently because there are some technical nicknames that are going to be given to the things. But we are fixing it. Once we fix this, it's going to be much more reliable. And yes, human supervision is always necessary, but it's going to speed up the workflow tremendously especially for big rental houses.
Yeah. Today I noticed that we don't have in Polish the word for grip.
Which is interesting.
Yeah. Like in theory we have, but the thing is that no one is using this word, which right now I even forgot. Yeah, it's not related to the stuff, but anyway, it's
Fun fact of the day.
Yeah, fun fact of the day. And of course, about those prices, we are trying to think about it all the time and trying to also feel the market, let's say, because for us it's also something new, from that perspective. So we are trying to go in the direction what people are saying, where will be, let's say, a balance between something which is extremely cheap, so no one wants to trust in the tool like that,
too cheap,
or too expensive, and so on. So right now we are making those decisions, but we are not saying that it will be not different in the future, but we will start from it.
We will start from it, and we made the price also evaluating the impact that is going to have on our infrastructure. And we should cover at least the cost with these prices. So we hope to be able to maintain it long term, of course, because anyway, our goal is to reach 1 million euros, but also to actually improve the life of people who are in our situation. Because it's very stressful. It's a stressing job. If we can make it easier, we will feel better with ourselves.
Yeah. Let's hope, of course, that we will reach this 1 million, but it was just a little bit clickbait.
Of course, it's clickbait.
Yeah. But let's hope that we will do it. Okay, so about the rental model, if you are interested, please go to our website and send us the subscription. And we will give you an access for the tester, to be a tester, and in the future, of course, let's hope that you will like it and you will start using it for the normal
for your day-to-day job.
Exactly. Okay, so about the second topic, because we redesign our sending tool, which, as I said before, right now the problem with WeTransfer is about the policy that so it's extremely good moment to release our tool, I believe, because we didn't do it on purpose, because we were working on it since like few months, but anyway, right now the problem explode in social media about the WeTransfer, but about that we will talk in a few minutes. But right now, what we changed in sending model?
Yes, first of all, we put instructions because we are happy that many people are using the sending tool already. And we had some feedbacks. For example, it's not clear in which browser it works. So it works only with Chromium-based browsers. For this reason, I put alert. If you're using a browser which is not compatible, you have an alert, so we don't waste your time. Second, there is a small banner with the instructions. So keep the tab open, the connection close. If you close the tab, both you and the receiver needs to be with the tab opens. It's very important. So we put this banner, frequently asked question on the bottom. So about the technology that is used, eventually if there are some problems, how to solve them. a video tutorial. So there is a video tutorial that shows both for the sender and the receiver how it works, and some tweaking on the graphical interface. One very important thing that we forgot to tell last week.
Oh, sorry for the break, but I just need to fill my water.
It's important to drink.
Yeah, we have very hot in our studio right now.
We were saying that this app uses very new technologies for browser, which are not supported by all the browsers. Right now, only Chromium browser are using. And one very important requirement is that you give access you give access to the folders, the file and folders. At one point, when you're downloading the files, you're going to have a message requiring you to give access to the folders and the file system. It's necessary because the app needs to write on the file system. If you don't do this, the app cannot write the download in the download folder.
Okay, well, I have a question about that.
Yes.
Because I believe that people doesn't know that they are giving access anyway when they are downloading files or uploading files on those kind of platforms and so on. Because it was the first question which my girlfriend asked me. So why I supposed to give you the access to my folders?
Well, it's because when you are downloading a file from the internet, you're downloading one single file usually, and this is automatic because you gave the permission to download in a specific folder, like the download folder usually is the standard one, or you are clicking where to save, so you are giving the consent in this moment. In this case, we are giving the possibility to download multiple files, one after the other, without having to click accept every single time. So we are requiring the access to a data system, so we don't need to require you every time to click something. Very important note is secure, like we are not reading the data system, we are just writing in it, and we are writing only the data you are receiving. So we cannot invade your privacy, we cannot read your files, we don't know anything, because the connection is end-to-end. It's from your computer to the computer that is sending the files. That's it, no one else.
So it's not the scam. We cannot see what you have in your computer, right?
We don't even know how many people are using the tool. Like we don't know. The only people we know only because some people wrote to us. We cannot measure this. It's completely anonymous. It's completely privacy oriented.
And I believe that exactly what you said right now lead us to the third point about the policy of WeTransfer.
Well,
because, okay, let's be clear. Right now, WeTransfer is not our competitor because we are on a completely different levels. But anyway, the privacy policy of WeTransfer, it's crazy right now.
yeah.
Okay, so let me read you something, which for me is extremely sad. Okay, license to WeTransfer. In order to allow us to operate, provide you with and improve the service and our technologies and to develop the new ones, we must obtain from you certain rights related to content that is covered by intellectual property rights. You hereby grant us a perpetual, worldwide, non-exclusive, royalty-free, transferable, sub-licensable license to use your content for the purposes of operating, developing, commercializing, and improving the service or new technologies or services, including to improve performance of machine learning models that enhance our blah blah blah. What it means?
Well, it means that the owner of WeTransfer, which we know is an AI company, needs to train the AI, and they...
From Italy, by the way.
Yeah,
so...
from Italy. Yes. And probably they want to use the data to train their own AI products. And I think that WeTransfer is a great database of informations, of video files, photos, because that's what the creative are using to share the files to each other. So this is scary from my point of view.
Yeah, because I was reading even today that around 600 million people are using WeTransfer. 600 million people. I mean, of course, maybe 1 time sometimes in entire life. But anyway, 600 million people use it.
Yeah, it's a huge number.
Yeah, so 10% of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a huge number. So yeah, and in our case, we don't have the problem with it. Yeah.
No.
Also, I believe that we just published a new privacy policy.
Yeah,
and,
exactly. We published the privacy policy where we are explaining what we are doing with your data, and it's not expressed in this privacy policy. In this privacy policy, there are only the data that we are collecting, which are some normal data for tracking and metrics for the website. But in any possible scenario, we are collecting media data or data from your files. We don't see your files. I will not repeat this enough because the connection is from one computer to the other. It's not passing through any server, it's not passing through any cloud, it's direct. So the privacy is protected at any point.
But let's be honest to our viewers, like why we are doing it for free? Because first of all, we are not paying for any kind of a server, of cloud. So it costs us only the time for developing the tool, but then it's just working. But why we are doing it?
Well, because we had to do it anyway for ourselves. Like we had to create this tool for us because we have necessities. We have the necessity to send big amount of files to people far away. And we wanted to have a privacy-oriented tool that we can trust, and we didn't really trust the other tools in the market. So that's the reason why we develop it, and we are giving it for free because we believe that this job is already difficult enough. And also everything in the movie industry is super expensive. Camera, lenses, even light stand. If you put the Cine name, it becomes 3 times more expensive.
Yeah.
Cables that cost 90 euros.
No, I believe that the biggest scam is the duct tape. Like
Yes,
if you will
the
go to
gaffer tape.
Castorama or something, like you can buy it for 3 euros and then order it from the website dedicated for filmmakers is like 50 euros.
Yes,
Yeah,
so like everything in this industry is super expensive, and we understand it. We want to make the life easier. That's why we are developing all these tools. Of course, this is free because we don't have any cost or infrastructure. In the case of the rental, there are some costs that we have to sustain and to protect the database, for example, but also to keep the system active, because in that case there is a server and the server costs some money. That's why that one we cannot make it completely for free, but again we are giving a free tier, that because it's important to give the opportunity to try these tools before you pay.
But also in the future we are planning to add something more, like for example the cloud or something like that.
Yeah, in theory yes, but we want to make it in a sustainable way. Like the cloud is very expensive to maintain. It's more expensive than you think. Like Google Drive gives you for free 15 gigabytes because Google owns the data center, so they are not paid from the cloud. But it's very expensive. So we want to find a formula that allows us to give a good product that is which is competitive with the rest of the product in the market, because otherwise it makes no sense, in a good price. So we are trying to figure out, but right now we are focusing on creating the other modules for Movie Baker before starting with the cloud.
Yeah, but also we believe that if we are giving such a cool tool for the filmmakers, for video makers, we believe that you will stay with us, yeah, and use our other products,
yes,
which
exactly.
we will be releasing, because it's a goal also for us. So, if you're curious how it works, go to our website, which is moviebaker.app/send right now.
We don't have a name still.
Still we don't have a name, so maybe it will change in the future for something different. But right now, go there and send the files to someone, check how it works, if it's working, And then don't be shy to comment to us that, oh, it doesn't work or the speed is limited or something like that, because we are keep working on it and we would like to know what you think about it and what is your experience about that. Okay, and at the end of the video, we would like to go to our social media recap. Facebook is still performing well, just like last week. We are maintaining strong reach and steady engagement. Instagram is also doing well. We've managed to create reels that are getting between 4,000 5,000 views, which is great progress. LinkedIn is still weak in terms of performance, but we have started posting more industry-specific content instead of just copying what we publish on Facebook and Instagram. TikTok is now our strongest channel. Our videos are consistently reaching over 1,000 views, which is great growth for our size. Threads, still no time for that, so we will skip it again. And YouTube, we've hit 25 subscribers, and our total view count, videos plus shorts, is now around 1,000 views, which is a solid start. So that's it for this week. I believe that we did a great job. A lot of things we improved. And also we shooted, also,
we had
a few days of shooting, so you can watch it on our daily rolls on our social media and check what we did. Thank you for watching us. Like, comment. See you in the week 4. Thank you.